So, Zamasu's purple, yes, we know that. He gives 42% strike attack, 42% strike defense, and then 5% ultimate awaken damage to Future and PO. His Ultra ability is based off Future, obviously. I think PO would be the only other one, but Future obviously makes sense. Future campaign. He does have Blast Armor with a faint chance of 5%. Nice! Okay! Blasted cards are just normal here. Blue card, 60% special move damage, massive damage with enemy Dragon Ball deletion by 1. He does that 2 times. And he also gives you heavy bleed and poison on the blue card. His green card gives him card protection, 50 key, 30 damage, and then he goes special cover change null for 5 counts. And then he gets a strike card next. Wow. Okay. Ultimate, 50% ultimate damage, nullifies endurance, destroys enemy entire hand, and prevents the enemy from switching once the ultimate lands for 5 counts. Okay? Alright. Main ability, destroys 2 cards, then draw 1. Special arts, that's a green card? Right, that's a green card, right? A special arts? Oh my god. On his main, he draws a green card, and then he draws an ultimate. He gets 40 health, he gets 40 key, he gets 30% damage buffs for 30 counts, uncancelable, and then he cancels all attribute downgrades. Okay. He has 300% damage as a starter ability, 200% damage guard, 50% key recovery, draw speed +1, and then his sub counts are -2 for the entire match with no restrictions to it. Wow. Okay. Here we go. So his unique ability. On final counter, deal major damage to the enemy. Also deal 100% of the damage to enemy standby members. Inflict all enemies with heavy bleed, poison, and paralyze. So when he dies, he does basically what Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku does, but it's going to do much more damage, and it's going to paralyze the whole team like Do does on Daima, and he's going to poison the whole team, and he's going to give the whole team bleed. So if you're in your deathbed, you know, it's going to be bad, I guess. It's just you're just fucked. You're just losing health by the minute, I guess. On battlefield entry, he draws 1 new card. He has key +30. He goes element null. Oh, wow. I'm about to bust. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to bust, bro. I need a second. This is... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Wow. I'm not being overreacting here. This unit is like, I don't know. Alright. So he goes element null for 5 seconds on every entry, damage-wise. So that means, you know, he comes in, he takes no damage for 5 seconds from Namek Goku. He nullifies attribute downgrades for 5 counts, and he reduces enemy draw speed to -1. When he uses a card, he increases his gauge by 20% one time, he gets 30% damage, and he gets cover change upon using a card, which is great. When hit by an enemy arts, he gets damage guard 30% for 10 counts, and then he reduces enemy key by 30. Also, if health is 50% or lower, his unique gauge charge rate goes up by 200%. He reduces ally sub counts by -2 and destroys 2 of the enemy's cards. And this is the craziest thing here. I cannot wrap my head around this. When on battlefield, an ally is prevented from switching, he seals strike, blast, and special move arts. While not defeated, an enemy activates an ultimate, awaken arts, or rising rush, he reduces sub counts by 10 and cancels enemy buff effects. Yes, fucking cancel buffs. All this guy needs is endurance, and I'm just whipping it out on stream. I don't care if I get demonetized. Alright, so here's his gauge now, more broken down. He starts as a counter gauge, and it starts with 50%. When hit by a counterable attack, deal massive damage to the enemy, and then it switches to a time type gauge, okay? Yeah, okay, sorry. I thought it said combable attacks. My bad. So you can counter Ultimate, Awakened Arts, and then Rising Rush, just like Beast Gohan. And then when unique gauge becomes full, or on auto counter activation, health 20%, key +30, critical rate 20%, draw speed +1, nullifies element disadvantages, nullify attribute downgrades of norm conditions, cancel attribute downgrades. Okay. So the only thing that Zamasu doesn't have is endurance or anything of that type. But I guess that's obvious because he comes back to life and does like the explosion damage at the end. But that explosion damage at the end is going to be debilitating. You already know how bad paralysis was with Daima, right? If you get paralyzed in this meta, you're going to be taking a lot of damage for free, you know, off the opponent. You know what I'm saying? From the opponent. He reduces sub counts on rush, he cancels buffs, he has damage guard up to what, 230% as he's getting hit. He goes element null in every entry, he draws his own cards, he has a fucking Beast Gohan counter gauge, right? He has a 50% disrupt, he has a normal disrupt when you hit him, he always has -2 sub counts, he has easy access to ki. His main gives him a green card, right? His green card gives him card protection. It also draws a strike card, and it gives him 50 ki, which is a lot of ki, right? He's constantly he's constantly reducing, you know, the arts cost raise. Once he comes in, that's gone. So like if Frieza raise their arts cost, Zamasu comes in, gone. He can feint on his strike cards. He's a fucking melee unit, which you already know that's great. The new Zamasu is about to get the new unique equipment. They're both melee. They're about to run crazy together. I'm telling you, Red Zamasu, Ultra Zamasu, and 13 are going to run this fucking game. If you have Android 13 and Red Zamasu and you want a new unit to make a team with them, this guy's going to be unbeatable. And of course, the craziest part that I keep forgetting is that, bro, when Namek Goku gets his lock-in, he seals the enemy entire hand, and 13 is in the background sealing the main ability. So basically Namek Goku cannot do shit with his lock-ins, right? Namek Goku can't do green cards at the beginning of the game because of Android 13. Summon on this unit before I slap the shit out of you. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, bro, summon on this unit before I reach my hand out and fucking... Damn, they did good in this unit. This guy looks fucking wonderful. I got zero complaints about this guy. I think he's gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna lie. I can give him a kiss right now.